guys. So welcome to our supposed to be Sunday live, which didn't happen. We had a crazy travel day yesterday. We are up on the west side of California and we hit some mountains. The route should have took us about, I don't know, 2.5 hours, and it had taken me close to 3.5 hours, a whole extra hour. We were doing about 20 miles an hour through some mountainy roads. Definitely the tightest drive that I've had. So that was wild. This rig is, like I said, 42.5 foot. So there's one time where I had a 90-degree turn. Full, actually, no, like I said, it would be a full 360 turn because it just jetted back. Definitely a wild travel day. And that put us, I think we ended up, I was supposed to be here 3:30, so I could do the live at 4. I ended up being here at 7:30. But yeah, enough about that. We could talk about today, RV life travel days. So let's talk about how travel days work. How long do they take? If you have questions about travel day, or you could suggest to other people how travel days work, let us know in the comments down below. The comments should be live, so you should be able to interact with everybody else. So travel day. What does travel day look for you, or what does travel day look like for me? So on YouTube yesterday, I did live, and I posted it until my phone died because of heat. Literally a live action of me packing up for travel day. We have a 42.5 foot rig. So I've got travel day down to when we stay for a few weeks at a time. So 3 weeks that we can get ready on the road, 2 hours in the morning if we pack the night before. If we needed to get up in a hurry, probably could do it in an hour. But that's, if we have all our stuff out, like right now, we have, chairs out, toys, bikes. So it just depends on how much stuff we have out. And the inside, my wife, Vivian, she decorates like crazy. So we also have stuff in there like that. But if we're only staying for a few nights or a day, we will not put as much stuff out. So travel day. This will be a plug, but I'm not sponsored by them. The RV Life Pro is where I start our travel day. It has a trip wizard that basically uses truck GPS. So from point A to point B. So it is very important, at least for us. We do not have a small rig. We do not have a small, little van. We're 42.5 foot, 13 foot, 6 inches tall. We're big. So, there's certain bridges we can't go under. Yesterday was definitely a good example of me not using RV Trip Wizard. I put it in this morning to see, and yes, RV Trip Wizard had me going a different route. It would have added an hour to my route, but I ended up going over an hour anyway because of the route I was in. So it didn't even matter at that point. So that's why I'm suggesting to listen to my own advice, which I didn't take yesterday, and it's to start with RV Trip Wizard. You can plan out, like I have pretty much 6 months planned out on RV Trip Wizard. You put a spot and you can put locations, and it will give you the safest route for your rig going in that direction. It will tell you about low clearance bridges, smaller roads, back roads, and even you can put in search for gas stations, stuff like that. So for RV Travel Day, RV Trip Wizard is a must. I think I do have a link that they just sent me. I'll put it down in the comments below this once the stream is over. So that's how I start planning for travel day. The second app I use is Mudflap and Open Roads. Diesel is crazy out here in California. $5.58 a gallon. Yeah. If somebody can let me know what it is on the East Coast right now, that'd be great, because I don't think it's $5.58 a gallon. So we use truck lanes, diesel lanes, so like Pilot, Flying J. But there's an app that gives you discount prices anywhere from $1 off to 25 cents off, 20 cents off, 55 cents off. So luckily we can usually get to the $5 mark here in California, maybe even $4.90. It just depends. But those are my 3 go-to apps for travel day: Open Roads, Mudflap, and RV Trip Wizard, which, by the way, RV Trip Wizard has a Apple CarPlay app. So once you do everything on the computer, you download the app on your phone, and when you plug it in, the GPS goes right on the Apple CarPlay or Android Play, whatever that one is for Android. Awesome app, really, really is. I pay for it. I'm not sponsored by them. So that's the beginning of our trip. We're planning a trip. I cannot tell you enough learn from me yesterday, try to plan. And then I also actually go into Google Maps and open the satellite view to look down upon where I'm going. So yesterday we stopped at Sam's Club, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it in the Sam's Club parking lot, but there was a Lowe's next door. Parked in Lowe's, usually they have back for trucks or pulling in, getting lumber, stuff like that. That's where I parked and walked across to Sam's and did our order that way. So satellite view is awesome, awesome way to see where you're going and be able to, figure out your route. Then, yeah, let's start. If you guys have any questions, by the way, please put them down in the comments, or I'm just going to pretty much explain how we do travel day. So if you have any questions about anything at all, it could be about anything, rig, us, or travel day, please put them in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them. But so once we know where we're going, we have the route planned. Let's assume that we've been here for a while. So the night before, I want to put away all our outside stuff, our fire pits, our rugs, our chairs, get most of the stuff that we don't need for the night. My wife will start doing the same thing on the inside, all her decorations, stuff like that. And then the morning starts. I'm usually an early riser, so about 6 a.m. I will come out and I will start putting away the black tank. Well, I should say I start putting water into our fresh tank first, depending on how far we're traveling. Most RVs have freshwater tank holders on them. It's from anywhere from a few gallons to 100 gallons. Mine is 100 gallons. It's 8 pounds per gallon of water, so do not put 100 gallons in unless you are literally going a few spots. Um, you know, right down the road. You don't want to be traveling with 800 extra pounds when you don't need to. I don't even know if I would, trust those straps that are underneath freshwater. It basically depends on how long is travel day or for boondocking. So the most I'll usually put in the rig that I feel comfortable with is about half. Unless, like I said, I'm only going a few miles down the road, then I'll put full for boondocking. And then we use our water pumps to pump that water out, obviously, and then that's how we have water. But for me, I like to travel with at least 5 to 10 gallons for pit stops or using the bathroom, washing hands, making lunch. It's just nice to have. I mean, we can use it. This rig is basically boondock friendly. Most campers are. So you can pull over. It's a great experience to have your own bathroom behind you. You pull off at a rest stop and you have your own bathroom, everything you need to make lunch, bathrooms, everything inside. So at least 5 gallons for me on travel day, but you can go as much as you need, see fit. So that's what I usually start my day with. And then if I had anything left out, I put that away. I do travel with a kingpin stabilizer. Our washer and dryer is up here in the nose of our fifth wheel, and without it, our camper is crazy, shakes all the time. And we do a lot of laundry. We have family of four, 2 adults, 2 kids. So I really think it's worth it for a kingpin stabilizer. I've made many videos of it. It's a very controversial subject, but I think it's a night and day difference. And so I'll put that away. That goes into the truck bed. And then up over here, if you can see it somewhere, where's my finger? Over there. Somewhere back there. I put rear stabilizers on because we have 1/3 of our trailer behind our axles. So for us, that's where the boys' rooms are, and they're bouncing all the time. So if I could take that bounce out, I mean, yes, I know campers are made to move, and I know the videos, the camper is made to move, and people are, it's very funny because people will be like, oh, no, it's fine to get your tires off the ground. Well, then if you take the tires off the ground, then there is no movement. But then they complain about the rear stabilizers and my front stabilizers. They're totally fine. I've actually called Lippert, which is the frame, they make the frames, and they say it's perfectly fine. I want you to over tighten it. Doesn't void any warranty, nothing at all to be worried about that way. Something that you should not do, talking about that, is the reason when you do level, make sure you keep your tires on the ground, not off the ground. It will also help with stability. So after that, I would take both of those, remove those, and then it's time to, hopefully the kids are up, the wife is up, they've used the bathroom, they've showered, whatever they have to do. Then it's time to dump the black tank. 2 rules for tanks is black tanks we keep closed until they're ready to dump. So usually it can last us about a week, but if you can imagine solids and liquids in a black tanks are just the toilets, no sinks, no nothing like that, just toilets only. If you left it open, all the solids would stay and the liquid would come out. So you would have a very big issue in your black tanks. And Gary, thank you for that encouragement out here on social media. People can be very hard and um, sorry about that. Still work schedule, but yeah. So it's great to have encouragement. But anyway, so black tanks, keep them closed at all times until you're ready to dump them. Pull it, put a few gallons at least. I flush 3 toilet full bowls into the tank with cleaner, close it shut, and then I do a little bit of a tank treatment. I use our what do I use? Um, I'm not using RV Digest. I use liquefied. It's just enzymes that help break down basically everything into a slush, so everything come out easier. It's great. I've never had any tank issues. That's what I use. So after that's done, I'll rinse the black tank once. So fill it up with water. Do not walk away. Make sure you set a timer because you can overfill the black tank. If you do that, it'll come out the toilet, come out your vents. Very bad mess. Don't want to do that. So dump the black tank after you rinse it, put your water back in, boom, black tank's done. Then we, with our gray tanks, let's see if I can put this up a little bit at an angle. Um, sorry. We, with our gray tanks, we leave them open. This is a debated topic, but we leave it open. Most sinks, which are all your gray tanks and showers, have P-traps. So smells, if there's smells coming through your sink or through your shower, then your P-trap is bad. There's 2 types of P-traps. The regular household P-trap that holds water, or there's P-traps that are in the RV called waterless. They're literally in a line and they have a duckbill in them. So like this, when the water flows through, so let's say, let's see if I can go. So if the water is flowing down like this, the duckbill opens and then it just automatically closes. It's just a little rubber. But we've had, because I have a wife with a lot of hair, the duckbill sometimes stay open like this and smell will come up through the shower. That's how we have smell. Clean that out, no more smell. So I've never had an issue with smells other than our waterless P trap getting clogged, and that's something easy fix. So I don't. We use so much water between the kitchen, our showers. I'd be out here every day dumping the gray tank. So I don't. I do not close our gray tanks until the night before, and then that's the only time. And the reason why I do that is like that does fill the gray tank up, gets everything off the walls. But once the black tank is dumped, then I'm cleaning out my black tank hose and all my connections with gray water. It's not clean, but it's at least not, sewer. So that cleans out the whole line, close that down, and now it's time to disconnect all my hoses. My black tank hoses, I have 2 holders under the back of my rig. You can buy those on Amazon. I'll put a list comment on that too. I had one on my rig. I put an extra because we have actually 2 connections. We have a back shower and back bathroom where there's another connection. So I have 4 black tank hoses, and then I have a bin just dedicated for black tank fittings and stuff like that, 90-degree elbows, Ys, and stuff like that. Put that all away, and then it's time for the fresh water. If I haven't put the water in the fresh at that time, I'll put a few gallons, and then we travel with the Blue Tech water filter system. I think it's very important to have clean water coming into your rig, even if you're not drinking it. A lot of people don't believe me, but there is dirt. Actually, I just had an issue with this campground. We just got here yesterday. I couldn't get clean water for about 3 minutes. So um, I think it's really important, not just for if you're not drinking it, but to keep your fittings. I mean, this is all plastic PEX fittings, and then they're plastic elbows. They're not even using brass. And then behind your water connection on the manifolds, they're all plastic. So why have all the mineral buildup? Why have all the dirt when you don't have to? And for us, then the 3 stages of 0.5 micron, that just makes we can even drink it. So it's something I actually bought. Yes, I'm affiliated with them now, but that's just because I trust their product so much. But regardless, if you don't anything, something, just get some kind of filtration system for your rig. It'll make your water system last longer, and you feel better about where your water's coming from. So I put all that away, dump all the water, dump all my water up. I have in the other side, I have a pass-through storage. So anyway, after that, we are pretty much ready to go. We're wrapping up inside. A few tips on the inside. Under your slides, there's a flap. Us with kids, definitely a must. There's toys that get under there. Even let's just say, I don't know, a quarter, a penny, or some kind of food. That it's not real wood in there or anything, but the weight of these slides are so heavy when they pop up and anything's sitting there and you just slide. That slide's not stopping. Nothing's stopping for that slide. And we do have one damage. And it's actually when we brought the slides out, a toy dropped under the slide. I didn't check, learned my lesson, and I got about, a 3-inch gouge in our floor. Learned our lesson, and hence, we are always checking from now on. So on moving day in the morning, we take our vacuum, clean under that, and it's so helpful and saved us, and didn't save us too, because I didn't check. So everything I tell you is things that I've learned, and just trying to help. But that's pretty much it. Turn my backup camera on. I've also checked my tire pressure. My tires run at 115 psi, very very high, but that's what the manufacturer says. That's what the tires say. That's what I run them at. I do have a TPMS system in my truck that monitors that, and I do have a backup camera. Those are my two. That's my cockpit view. And then at that point, we're hitching up. We have a Kingpin fifth wheel, so I travel with a BMW hitch, rated at 25,000 pounds. Hitch in, make sure everything's locked in. So there's a coupler in the hitch. It basically closes. Once it closes and you're set, there's a handle in the back. You put your pin in, put your cotter pin in, make sure that's locked. Pull up your jacks just a little bit off the ground. Do a tug test because you still have your tire chocks in. You should have tire chocks in. If you don't, get tire chocks. If everything doesn't disconnect, then you're good to go. It's called tug test. Make sure your breakaway cable is hooked up to your truck and not your fifth wheel. Okay. I can't, this is something I usually, when I post these videos, I learn about people. The breakaway cable is if the RV were to detach, worst case scenario on the road, the breakaway cable will pull, it will pull the emergency brakes on the RV, and the RV will come to a stop. But let's say there was a fault at the fifth wheel hitch, and the hitch is going with the trailer. Well, if you put that breakaway cable around the fifth wheel hitch, that trailer's not stopping. It's not going to pull the cable. So I highly, highly suggest you put a breakaway cable to the truck. If that breakaway cable is not long enough, buy one on Amazon. I can put a link to that one I use. Breakaway cable to the truck, must. Plug it into the truck, do a light test, walk around the rig, make sure the lights are done. One final walkthrough, make sure all my seals, all my doors are closed. That's it. Put up all the jacks, take the wheel chocks away, and that's the end. It's ready for travel day. And yesterday, like I said, I learned my lesson again by not using my trip wizard. It was already planned. I just didn't use it. I just decided to use Google Maps yesterday. Learn my lesson. So that's it for travel day for us. Then we get to a spot, and this spot was actually really hard to get into. It's made for a 35-foot rig, and I was told no problem. But my bike rack is sitting on the ground because there's a berm back there. So that's a whole other discussion of, finding your spot and getting into spots. We do use Thousand Trails, and that's what we mostly use if we're not boondocking. But other than that, a little tight spots, can't complain. I mean, look at these beautiful pines. There's a river somewhere here too. So if you have any questions, please, I see some people leaving. If you have any questions, please put them down right now in the comments. I'll try to answer them. And if not, this is actually funny because, there it is. Didn't have time. So we're running about 25 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up here soon, in the next 5 minutes or so. So if you're just joining, please put in questions or comments or anything about RV life related. It can be moving day. It can be about apps. It can be about items. It can be anything. Campgrounds. Backstory. Even though we've been doing this for over a year. When I was a kid, my parents took us camping every summer, for a whole summer. And then even when we moved from that location, we were still camping in Florida. So I have very fortunate to have a father that has taught me a lot of things about campers. And then, even when we were searching rigs, YouTube is your friend. So I feel like I've learned a lot, and I would love to help anybody else. That's it, guys. I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. You can support us by following us on all our channels. That would help the most. Please, if you take a minute, just follow us on Facebook,
you have an Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever this platform is, please follow us. Hit the like buttons. That helps so much. I'm trying to be informative and help everybody on the road. Please, if you like this, put it in the comment down below. Even if you're watching this after live, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. Here to help you. You guys have a great evening. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later.